got that. Yeah.
Real tight one, man. You pulled it out. Talk about what it took to get that win.
Just a lot of heart, This whole summer I've been training harder than I've ever trained. Had a really bad Super 32 S fall, and then I got my dream of making a cadet world team, being a cadet world champion, stolen from me. Well, I wouldn't say stolen, but I lost that dream. And I've been just focused on getting it back, sort of like a revenge tour. And, this was the peak of that tour, I'm ecstatic right now. Kind of lost for words, This is awesome.
Go ahead, Bill. I mean, the scoring maneuver you got was definitely one that it's not always easy to get when gut check time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what was the key technically to getting that where you got the turn?
I think just putting my all to it. Since the semis last night, say I have 6 more minutes, I'm gonna put everything into the 6 minutes, or however long it took. So I just put all my all into it. I don't think it was technique, I think it was heart and the desire to win.
Davison, Michigan. Talk a little bit about it, the history and what it means to you.
I think it's the greatest wrestling city to be in the whole world. The support from the communities, absolutely, it's more than anything I've ever felt from anybody or anything in my life. Everywhere I go, somebody saying hi, like, hey Josh, all that kind of stuff. It's awesome to be a part of such a storied city and a high school, and to be coached by legendary coaches and have awesome training partners every single day. It's truly a blessing. I thank God for it every day.
Josh, you won this 2 years ago, right? Good
I took 4th 2 years ago.
4.
Yep.
Okay. How much have you grown yourself over these 2 years? Considering it's been happening?
So much, mentally, physically. I've grown in it all. I've really gained a lot more confidence. I used to be really nervous heading into matches, and now, I just say, I thank God for everything. I put all my worries and all my doubt into God, and He helps me get through these kind of things. Injury-free and, on top sometimes.
You got some more high school ahead of you. What kind of goals do you have for the next chunk of your career?
Goals. I want to make a junior world team next year. I want to be a junior world champ. That's probably the main goal. I want to win Super 32 this fall, and I just want to become a better person, better wrestler every single day. Surround myself with people who are on the same mission as me, and just keep getting better at everything I do in life.
Talked about Davison a little bit, connections kind of all over the country. You're entering that recruiting process.
Yep.
What are your thoughts about the recruiting process coming up for you?
It's crazy. June 15th was, to this day, probably the craziest day of my life. It was awesome though. It's definitely those twists onto everything, because coming here, I look over and I see a bunch of college coaches around me, and it's crazy, because before I didn't even know who those guys were. I was just worried about wrestling. I'm still just worried about wrestling, but it's definitely different stepping out on the mat, knowing that Olympic champs, NCAA champs, and that are now coaches are just sitting there and their eyeballs are on me. It's pretty crazy, but it's awesome.
What is the biggest recruiting pitch they're giving you?
Honestly, not much. It's pretty much all the same. I kind of put it to a side for this tournament. I was focused on bringing this home. So, I'm going to start getting into it deeper and really looking into the colleges that I'm interested in more now. But I haven't really paid too much mind to it yet.
Now, do you know what you want to study in college?
I'm going to do sports medicine undergrad, and then I'm going to go to chiropractic school.
Okay.
Yep.
Those are big goals.
Yep.
There are a few schools that do that.
Josh, obviously a lot of wrestlers have been these last 2 years dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yep.
A lot of you guys keep talking about how you're overcoming it. How has that been possible?
Just putting my faith and everything in God. He helped me through it all. Having confidence in Him and just knowing that everything's going to be all right. At the end of the day, we're going to get back to competing. We're going to get back to everyday life. Just putting my faith in God, and then just training and working out as much as possible. Keep your mind off all the crazy stuff that you see on the internet and all that kind of stuff. Keep staying away from that was, I think, a big part for me, because I'm a person that tends to get caught up in that kind of stuff. So just keep my mind elsewhere and knowing that one day it's going to be all right.
Excellent. Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.